everybody. Holy crap. I just spilled coffee on myself right now. Super awesome. And my green screen too. Welcome everybody to Art and Chill. Me and my iPad art therapy. Like, it has a whole bunch of names and they're all still there. So I used to call it Art and Chill, and that's still there because this still is Art and Chill. And I used to call it, called both of these shows Me and My iPad, and they're still Me and My iPad. So yeah, at least my iPad did not bear the brunt of the coffee. Just me and my green screen. I swear, you're the only one who can see through me. Easy. I swear. I mean, I blew up that picture you sent me and I couldn't find a transparent me in all of it. Anyway, yes, I do. I have a very, very, very waterproof case on my iPad. It's shockproof and waterproof and stupid proof pretty much. I'd have to pour it. There's a big eye. There's no I in there anyway. There's no I in team. There's no I in clothes. What? Seriously, so you see it. Does anyone else see me? I can't, there's not much I could do about it if... I do feel like I'm excessively bright today, though. Wonder if I could get rid of this. There we go. It's a little better. Sweet. All right, right. It's cool. Jump in your corner, right? Exactly. Once I'm in my corner, nobody will even know. Get in my corner. I'm going to get in my corner, and today we're going to talk about self-care and creative rituals for artists and musicians. And one of my creative rituals is art journaling, and we're going to make an art journal about how to do creative rituals and self-care. So I'm going to use Procreate. I don't know. Let's go. Let's send me. I send me. We know. Honest I do. There we go. I'm in my corner. Happily in my corner. Hopefully not. Yep. I'm your therapist, Leela. You can no longer see my super distractive, keyhole cleavage. Yeah. All right. Let me say hi to y'alls real quick. Allie's lurking in the background. Jim Shannon first. Good job. You did it. My eyes are really blurry today. Also, puff puff pass to you. I'll be joining you after the show. Thomas Christ, the mod with the mostest right there. I'm hiding behind your comments. The Semtex cow, my favoritist boom kitty. Everybody was just over at Jamie Mallander's show, by the way. He may still be going on. He's he's an awesome musician who works on. Hey, there's Mateusz. Hello. He's an amazing musician who makes stuff in Cubasis 3 and shows all the apps in the light of Cubasis 3, kind of like I mostly use AUM and Logic Pro. But you learn about the apps anyway. He's just another person that you should absolutely check out. He's on Right Before Me on Tuesdays. Preceded by Mr. Smith. The long YouTube day starting to shape up where you never have to be away from your favorite people. Secret messages. Sweet. Anyway, let's open up a Procreate. Whoops, I'm not copying. So let's open up a Procreate and just play around. So when I say, so, oh, before I, actually, let's do it this way. Let's make my screen size, let's make it an 8.5 by 11 page, or it's like A3 or A4. You call it in England, it's real close. Thanks, Thomas. Right, why is my vision so blurry today? So an A4 is, let's use it. That's basically like a piece of paper, see? And that leads me to my first, this is both a creative ritual and a self-care thing that was mostly started by a book by a gal called Julia Cameron called The Artist's Way. Now, I think that like some of the ways she thinks that she comes to her conclusions might be a little woo for me, but I've gotten a lot of mileage out of using two of the things that she suggests, which is one, let's get a color in here that you can see. Let's use a form of black. And let's see what kind. We've got a gel pen. I like to write with gel pens. And so much nicer when you're writing on a computer screen because you don't have to worry about your pen bleeding through the page. Cow mutes on the rent-a-software issue. Right? Anyway, so there's two things. One is called morning pages, is what they call it. Ooh. You guys, I really do have nice handwriting, by the way. Morning pages. I need like a marker there. Holy crap, we need something better than this gel pen. How about this studio pen? And we'll just erase all this. Say goodbye. Anyway. One is morning pages. Which I call, and she says write 3 pages longhand on paper without lines, just like this. 3 sides as fast as you can without thinking about it. So I've condensed this. Hey, Omni. Ed Zelinsky, also Zed. Welcome, welcome. So, morning pages, which I call free writing. And you don't have to do it according to a rule. Really, I find that this is one of the practices that really helps me get out my negative feelings, as well as helping me feel creative. It helps me, in fact, doing morning pages for the second time I ever did them in my life was when I started doing visual art. So I thought, what the hell, right? So let's make an example of what I mean by this. So you either set a timer, is one popular way, 20 minutes of free writing, or 3 pages. It's good to kind of let you to use a non-lined space because it sort of helps. It just sort of, you can scrawl childishly, and it kind of helps you observe your handwriting, which can help you observe your feelings. Hey, Sith Vasquez! Sith! Sweet. So let's add a new layer. Let's hide this first layer so we don't see this at all. And I'm just going to pretend like you guys aren't here. And I'm going to do what I would be doing if, and I'm not, we'll make this a little bigger so that, and see, I actually kind of write a little slanted like this. So I put my date. So here it is. Whoa. Let's get that in there. 6 August 2024. Wow. I can't believe I'm writing pages in front of an international YouTube audience. It's straining my credibility to myself to pretend they're not there. But look, I'm actually doing it. I actually have really neat handwriting, but so this looks like a prescription, doesn't it? But see, that's the whole, whoops. Remember, 2 fingers tap. So, and the way, and you just do that. It's like, wow, now I feel really stupid. It sounds stupid, but when I do that, it helps, like, it's like priming a pump or something. It helps drain off all that blah, blah, blah that's like running through your brain when you wake up. So the earlier in the day you do it, it's better, right? And so you could be, and she suggests that you like throw them away, don't look at them, burn them. I have hundreds of pages of this, right? I've even made my own little pages notebooks for people where I took and reworked magazines. I covered over a lot of the stuff and just leaving pictures in the corners and redoing and collaging and thing and just like selling these books as, you know, because 3 sides of a page, they end up being, I've a month's pages is about 90 pages. It's not that, it's just like a little thick kind of, almost like a skinny copy of a magazine. Not much at all. And literally you could write these with a marker on a magazine. Yeah. I don't know, you want to see what my, like, if I'm trying to write something, whoops, let me, is Leela. Yeah, my handwriting's getting worse and worse as I get older. Okay, here we go. Dr. Leela. Oh, Jesus. All right, so let's just get rid of that. Sweet. Let's bring this one. Oops. Whoa. Bring that one back. So, morning pages, free writing. And like I said, these first 2 come from the book The Artist's Way. And I've adapted them for myself because I really don't do the whole program. Although I don't not advise reading the book. I think everyone should probably read it. Like I said, some of it sounds kind of woo to me now, but I don't think that's disqualifies, you know. A lot of it, we just don't know things. So who worries it? You dub the Dr. Zebra? Dr. Zebra? Is that what it looks like? Oh my God. Dr. Leela certifies that you, the recipients of this prescription, are dosed with the right amount of musical pills, 20 concept albums a week for 5 weeks. Hilarious. So let's see. Sith was saying something interesting. And I actually love the idea of you guys sharing with me anything that you do to sort of throw off the troubles of the day or things that you do to get your creativity boosted without making yourself feel obligated, right? Yes, I am in Procreate, by the way. So, Yes, actually, so doing one thing at a time, Sith, doing one thing at a time is actually a tip that I have to try not to do so much multitasking. Let's see. Jim, I have a diary that's so full of gibberish, I think my wife threw it out. Mine is worse. It was never good. What's that? I remember the supervisor said, I'll finally have some reports I'll be able to read. Hey, Mark's GAS station, welcome. Yeah, I actually worked as an executive assistant. I worked for doctors. So this is hilarious. I worked for the pharmacy director and the PharmD in charge at one of the hospitals up in Seattle. And I worked but the worst handwriting I ever saw was for a timber executive. And I worked for a pharmaceutical company too. So see, that's what Sis says, right? Something as soon as you wake up, and that's actually, it is the best thing because it helps you, what she said, and then later going to sleep to read that and take one line that stood out to me and elaborate on that. That's fantastic, Sith. I love that. And yeah, that's some of the stuff that I do when I'm writing. I go back and sometimes I'll circle those words. I wish I had a picture of one of my journal pages that I could show you. But I'm sure as hell not going to let anyone know that crap that I say. But I could be like, say if I'm this is my pages, right? I could circle free, right? And free might be what I do. And then the next thing I would do after I'm finished is, after I'm finished free writing, a lot of times I'm ready to do some real writing. So then I might take it and go, free. It's good to be. How about free is something that is good to be. I am not sure what it means, but I yearn not to be suppressed like everyone else. I want to feel blessed. So, but I think one of the important things, though, is not to... Hey, Metalhead Hippie, welcome. Yeah, have a good day. Peace, rock on. In hippish. Let's see. She already racked up their miles. Let's see. I'm going back up. I'm checking. Hey, Boomster Black, welcome. Good to see you. Here we go. That was a Brad tip. Yeah. Just the tip, Sith. E. Urban says the real trick is to write in your sleep. Wow, she showed doctors how to use various methods. Let us see. Audible says, I've written down dreams I had. I stopped, though, because most of them are nightmare fuel and very surreal. Oh, my. Yeah, he's the one that suggested it, but it's been working. Exactly. It's a thing. It really, really works. Good lube. Side effects of musical pills: sleep deprivation, speaking in musical notes, losing the ability to be unmusical, hallucinating music. Writing down what you remember from dreams is an occult practice? Interesting. I mean, you can probably make anything an occult practice, I guess, if you wanted to. But I don't know if I agree with that. Anyway, so pages, this free writing. And one of the biggest things when you're doing the free writing is to not try to make it sound good, not try to make like anything literary about it, not try to censor yourself or stop yourself, just roll. Just free write as fast as you can. Anyway, perfect. So, pages. So, let's come back in. I'm going to erase show cancel. Going back to this. So, I'm going to make this right a little smaller, so this can be our, we go one. Now we're trying to write really neatly. Free writing practice. Fast. Uncensored. Oh, we should listen to some music, shouldn't we? Let's listen to some quiet music. Just a little bit of oceans and oceans of beautiful music. Vomit Draft. Thomas Christ, I love that. The Vomit Draft. Wow, that's really loud, huh? Just write whatever comes out. Hey, Paul, welcome. Good to see ya. I like that what Omni says. I use journaling to communicate with anything in my awareness. People, plants, the musical pills, urban snorts. Imagination is your only limit. Yak right. Some people call that writer a hack. I call him a yak. So fast, uncensored, early as possible in the day. Sweet. So, number 2 is, in mine, is called Artist Dates. Artist dates. You should spend as little money as possible. Just little rules. Try to not spend money. Go by yourself or with a group that deliberately separates. Following rules. Hey, Kubrick Lover. Welcome. Yeah, it is. It's the artist way. So, now, I don't necessarily do the whole artist way, but I do these 2 practices still. I always do them. So, an example, let's make, now you guys help me here. Help me with letting me know what are some good artist date ideas. I'm going to write down as many as I can think of. And when you'll start getting an idea of what kind of the rules are. I mean, rules are stupid anyway, because that's one of my self-care tips is don't always follow the rules. First, understand why the rules are there, which is helpful, and then decide whether or not you need to follow them. So here's an artist idea. The free admission days.
Saving on your education should be a right, not a competition.
Why am I getting an ad?
At University of Phoenix, our bachelor's and master's scholarships are accessible.
Lovely. I guess I need to be signed in to SoundCloud in order for it not to give me... There we go. I'm just going to sign in over there. Yeah, artist date is like a date with yourself to do kid-like artist things. Does that make sense? Random words. So, E. Urban says, back in the day when I did stand-up, I had various bits of paper with my jokes written as short phrases stored in a drawer. That's really cool. Yeah, absolutely. You know, make these things, just make them your own, you know? Don't feel like you need to do them exactly right. These are ideas, such cool ideas. Anyway, here we go. Better. Seagull Rock, hello, to-do list. A random word generator when you write flash fiction. That's really cool. All right. So our artist date ideas. Free admission day at museum. The idea is to get back to some of your kid feeling. Is to get your inner child working, you know? So that's why the not spending money. A quiet pint in an old man's pub. Nice, right? You're just like observing people. You're just hanging out. Yeah, I get that. That's absolutely, right? I feel like you're right. That is like taking anywhere that you go by yourself. So, take your, let's see. You don't have to, you just want to make it special. Like, take yourself out for ice cream. Ice cream's cheap. So take yourself ice cream and then walk around people watching. Hey, Rich. Hi, lurking. Giving me the old lurkaroo. Welcome. Enjoy your lurk. Lurkers matter. LOL. Love our lurkers. All right, here's one of my very favorite artist dates. I go to the hardware store. With a little notebook. And I try to come up with an artistic use for all the different with art uses for pedestrian items. So hardware store, music is an A major, nice. F sharp minor, actually, I think. But don't be weird. Um, any ideas? So given that, oh yeah, I love the beach. The beach, especially on a cloudy day. I really learned to do this in San Diego. It was so fun to just walk along the beach, and I like to do things like draw in the sand. Morning, Jade. I like to go to like street fairs and farmers markets. Almost anything you do by yourself with like an open mind, hanging out is like an artist date. It really does. Hanging out by yourself frees up your creativity, because we always have an inner dialogue. And if you use up all your inner dialogue just talking all day, then you don't have anything to write down. Whoa. Deep. See, Procreate isn't the best. I wonder if you can make new pages. Doesn't seem like it. So, like street fairs and farmers markets, you just once it like set it up, people watching, trying not to interact with them, just watching almost anywhere. So, and for example, like Omni's vision impaired, so you could just go and sit, like you could just sit and listen in a public square. And I think that just reminds me, imagine so wear some dark glasses or something, and then just sit somewhere. I did this when I lived in New York City. They have all these little nooks and crannies in New York City, and I would just sit in a nook and cranny type place. Field recording, yeah. Yeah, take a little recorder. See, that's a great idea. Go out field recording. Listen. In fact, a lot of meditative practices involve sitting and listening. Like I can't remember the name of it. It's one of those big meditation apps. I had connected to it, and I would listen to it, and it would be like, close your eyes. Now listen to what's immediately around you. And now let your awareness flow out past you. As you get more silent, you can hear sounds that are farther away. Just passively let them be there. Wow, I'm actually conducting a meditation. Tick, tick, tick. All right, yep, a field recording trip. Yeah, I actually have some. Let's see if I can find one. Let's pause this for a second. Let's see, search for, I definitely, they're in maybe it's in my voice recordings. See, Green River Trail, let's go. See, it's like 30 seconds of, but I could definitely use that. Here's like cars going by. There's a lot of negative, like crunch, crunch, crunch stuff. Sweet. Go back. I don't even know if I guess they still use this app somewhere, but I'm going to show you this app called Paper because this is one of my favorite art journaling apps. There's a little subscription fee to use it, but art journaling, which I'm going to write as my third thing here. Let's see. Get layer 1 back. Get layer 3 out. We're going to go art journaling. Whoops. Oh no. Number 3. Art journaling. Now, if you just Google art journaling or look it up on YouTube, like if I just went, let's just look it up from here. Look at that. So I had this class I took. Well, let's look her up right now. It's Willowing Arts. Here we go. These are online art classes. I've taken them from her. Mixed media art and wellness. So this again is together. These are together things that I feel like they overlap a lot. Wellness and making art. Even if it's making music, you could do the same thing. But I think using visual images, you don't have to be able to paint. You don't have to be able to draw. You can do what I do and just use an app like Superimpose X and cut and paste pictures or cut and paste them with physical scissors, right? Let's make sure I'm not missing anything important in here. Oh, looks like Cube's back. Sweet. Anywhere on a cloudy day is better than anywhere with a blinding sun. Yeah, I do. I use the Space Fields app to Frankenstein my recordings of nature. I hear the sounds that are far away, let my thoughts and emotions wander astray. Sitting here by the shore in the bay, searching for a lost dog. Searching for a stray. Yeah, right? Why does voice memos record in mono? I don't know, because people use it to play little guitars and vocals. Yeah, I totally agree. There's a kind of swooshiness and some interesting pitch variances that crop up with highway sound. So true. So true. Hey, Charlie Gabaldon. Welcome, welcome. Right, anyway, so I took her thing. It's called Lifebook. I've used Lifebook before. So it's a year-long mixed media art class, and you get permanent access to them. So you get over 80 classes, lifetime access. So if you just signed up for 1 year, I think it ends up being around $100 US or something. The schedule's awesome. They have groups so you can talk to other people about it. Really just love them, right? But even on YouTube, whoops, you can find a lot of stuff. Ow, Y-A-R-T journaling on YouTube. So there's just tons and tons and tons and tons. My favorite ones, My favorite ways to make art journals are this on my iPad. I use this paper journal. Let's see. Life is art. Art is life. Music is art. See, so you just use all these different things. We can add a new page. See, right? So you add a new page anywhere inside. And then from the bottom, let's see. Once you get there, you've got all these like pixels. So we can look for something, a background that you wanted to make. Where is that search bar? There's a search bar. Oh, there it is. I don't know why. Just throw one of these in here. I can't remember. I know how to make it work, but just imagine that we use this, and you can cut them and paste them. You can chop them up by things like that. See? You can just move that over there. I mean, obviously, you would get a lot more. And then you would do the same thing. Then it has pens. Like here's this kind of pen, and it has all these different color schemes. You can just flip left and right to go to the color schemes. But then again, you can do the same thing. Just look it up. You can find all kinds of resources on how to do art journaling. But to me, it's like I could put things like I could take a picture of receipts where I took someone out to lunch. You can imagine this is a receipt, $40, blah, blah. It's like, and then you could be like, had an awesome lunch with blank. We talked about feeling free. So, really, my handwriting isn't as bad as it looks on here. But you can see I imported my own photos. I imported, all kinds of just things. Like I like this one. To do today, inhale, exhale, repeat. And a lot of this is just totally what they have their own journals, their own play. Anyway, I'm not trying to advertise. Yeah, what's that blunt? Oh, it was saying that if 2020 was a joint, it would be all seeds and stems. I thought that one was really funny. Anyway, you could also make an art journal. You can also make an art journal like in like superimpose V as a video journal, right? Let's just say we just go to stock. You could find a photo that says something that gives you something that you feel, right? So you can just use photos, stock videos. You can even make your little video a thing. So we add a layer. You can just add text. I would be like, I feel peaceful. And then just like make that there, and there it is. It's like I feel peaceful. And then it's like a video, boom, right? And you could just, and then you could do stuff to it. You can add stuff later, like say, that's all we want there. Just say we want in here then. We want to add another like photo or video layer, like maybe a picture of you somewhere. Like this is a photo that I like an AI selfie thing. Woo. And of course you just go in and, set it how you want. If you used, oh yeah, I've got to watch that later. Hey, thank you, Sith. By the way, Jade did an interview on Rachel's ghost. If somebody can share a link to it, I didn't get to watch it. I was asleep. So anyway, like I said, you could just make a whole video full of, and you could narrate it, say, right? I could start out and I could narrate my movie. You put things together. The whole idea is just to throw your feelings down and get them out, right? So those are my big creative rituals. My biggest creative rituals. Let's go back to Procreate. Back to my notes. Art journaling. So art journaling video, physical, digital, paper app. I make this thing called I make these little magazine books where I get old magazines and I fold them, or I cut them in half horizontally and then fold the pages over on each other. It makes a nice thick substrate. And so if you can't draw or operate an iPad or anything, all you need is magazines and a glue stick. Right? Magazines and a glue stick. So, those are my 3 biggest creative rituals. Before we switch over to actual self-care, does anyone else have any really cool creative rituals that they do? Hide this layer, make a new layer. Now we're going to go to self-care. And I'm sure we all have a lot of thoughts on self-care. But first off, why is it even important? Why? Why self-care? Why self-care? Is that just a buzzword that people are saying? Like, no. Try to fart out a beat. Smoke a ton of weed. All right. So here's what Thomas says. I've been keeping an album log. Every time I have an idea that relates to my new album concept, I write it down. I love that. Like, do you use like a notes? What do you use? Do you use a notes file? So, because notes is another really amazing option to keep stuff together. Let's make a new note. Well, we've got a new note here, right? So there are so many things. You can be like, I want to make a checklist. And then you could just be like, inhale. And then exhale. Oops. And repeat. Noise. But at the same time, so it's just like inhale. But you can call it something and you can make it several pages long and you can Scan text. You can choose a photo or video. Let's put this in here. This is something Clayton Von Kluge made for me. Totally awesome. So this can be your, you could probably do some writing on top of it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you can. Or nope, it turns itself into writing. So can't do that. Can't draw on top. But that's cool because you could always paste them out and you could always turn them into a picture and then write on them in Procreate. So why self-care? Why self-care? Because you could just work. Because if you work all the time, you'll just get it done. You'll just get everything done. Well, whoops. That's the recipe for totally losing your mind. It's the recipe for becoming for becoming the kind of person that treats everyone else like garbage. Looks like the nuclear reactor in Candyland had a meltdown. I need to hang out with y'all more of you so I can learn some stuff. Yeah, right? Totally. Inhale, exhale. Just got an ounce in the mail. Oh, you just use text edit on the Mac. Because I need to use because you used to use Notepad on Windows and it's basically the same thing. Right. Anyway, here I'm back to why self-care. Why self-care? Because otherwise you're going to lose it. Also, if you're an artist, lack of self-care, lack of feeling, lack of being in touch with your feelings is bound to lead to stale creative expressions. Stale, leftover, crappy. Ooh, did you order it? Did you? Hey, Gary Hubs, welcome. Yeah, taking a break is awesome. So that's exactly, so that leads into my rules for self-care. First rule, learn how to say no. Say no. Say yes to life. Say yes to your creative ideas. Say no to distractions. Say no to distractions. Say no to drama. When somebody else is criticizing you about a project that you didn't ask them for criticism, they're probably just trying to distract you with drama, as far as I'm concerned. Whoops. Anyway, I don't know what I just did, but I think I've unlocked something special in my iPad pencil that I still don't know how to use. Oh, hey Gary, don't tell everyone you're back. Shh. Get off the computer and do some dishes. The first rule of Leela's Club is to learn how to say no. The second rule of Leela's Club is you do not say no. Yes! Jade got an Elgato Promptet. Is that what it's called? It's going to be so amazing. I'm so excited. You got the one that we were talking about, right? All right, say no to distractions, say no to no to drama. Say no to demands. Even if they're from yourself. Sometimes you demand too much of yourself. promptet. I thought that was the brand name or something. But it was called promptet. I don't know what am I. All right. No, how about detritus? I was trying to make them all D's. Say no to these 4 D's. Distractions, dramas, demands, and detritus. Detritus is mess. And I agree to a strong extent with E. Urban, because my clutter is the bane of my existence, and I constantly hang on to stuff I could just get rid of, or constantly buy things that I shouldn't have bought. Promptet is a great name for it. Sith says she needs to ease up on herself, right? So used to pushing everything until you feel it's good enough, and it never is. Right? So what is that? That might be another D. Delusion. Because it's a delusion to think that A, that you're going to be able to make something perfect. B, that anyone's going to notice stuff that when you go way down the rabbit hole. Delusioning, like that. It's that same delusion it's like it works with addictions too, because you're saying yes to a delusion that, I mean, for example, like I said with alcohol, alcohol promised me relaxation and it gave me anxiety. It promised me social ability and it gave me fights. Promise, yeah. And in anything, it was just to me, I was being deluded about by my own mind, and that's the biggest one right there. So, learn how to say no. Of course, that requires the other D, the positive D, is discerning. Means it's not bad to think about things. Like Lucas redoing the original Star Wars trilogy. Get a haircut, Kubrick. You'll run faster. Anyway. Alright. Second self-care thing I think would be some form of meditation. Something meditative. And I say something meditative because a lot of people think meditation is sitting around trying to think about nothing. And that does work for some people. But some people use mindfulness meditation. That's being taught as... So, just noticing what's around you. Noticing instead of reacting. Say no to dare. Word. Lest you become a 36-year-old loser smoking a joint after telling a bunch of kids not to do drugs. So mindfulness, that's like noticing instead of reacting. Noticing. Or it could be, immersion. Wow, I remembered the word. So immersion means being so into something and it is kind of a form of mindfulness. Time flies. So find out what things can you do that are immersive. I'm going to list some of the things I do that that are immersive. Can be like physical exertion. Some people run meditatively. Hell no. But also walks. Run, walk, doing just like free painting, just like scribble painting. So scribbling or painting abstractly. I am a child. I could never be responsible for children. Yes, sadly, I did have kids. I did okay philosophically, but I didn't really have a good temperament for it. My daughter says I did a good job, so I'm, at least that was the last I knew. So physical exertion. Another meditative experience is like repetition. So this is where we've got stuff like, where we have things like Zen drawing, which is actually the last thing I'm going to show you. So before we get to, because it is actually my last creative ritual, but it's also a form of meditation. So you either immerse yourself in activity, or you try to bring it back to single point. That's inner versus outer directed meditation. So that's not the only thing that you can do for yourself. Let's put a star by Zen drawing, because we're going to get back to that later. So, and the second big self-care thing is little treats. And these could be like your artist dates. Some of these just go back in. Just little treats. If it breaks the bank, it's probably not going to relax you. So a little treat for you might be like taking bath instead of shower, right? Take bath and then get cute bath stuff, right? Or just decorate your bathroom, or you could just run like a scent diffuser, which is another one of my things. So like have nice bath bombs. Hey, Chris Lane Senior. So then, if baths are your little treat, and like feeding your little treats, just feed your little treats, right? So your bath ones could be like getting good smelling bath bomb, good smells, good textures, playing music in the bath. And lighting, like candles. So that can be a huge thing. Yes. Whoops. Yeah, after this show today, whoops, there it goes, to Legoland, and I have set a redirect to it. Okay, so little treats, imagine coffee is your little treat. Say, like, you give yourself one coffee. You would maybe get fresh ground beans. A special mug. Super easy. Little treats, ankle biters. Let's see, can you guys come up with any other little treats? Like, okay, let's say even, I'm not saying like get drunk every night is a good treat, but like say like Chris Lane, he's an example. So he doesn't drink during the week, but on a Friday night, he has a drink. He has a nice whiskey. He gets like just like you wouldn't eat ice cream all the time, right? Like you get a fine whiskey. Use fine glasses. Whatever it is that makes you feel special, you indulge yourself in it. You do a little bit. You just do a little bit of upscaling of that. One more layer. I keep on undoing my layers. Yeah, see? Thomas gets a glass of port. And if you were art journaling this yourself, you could get a photos and you could look in superimpose or whatever and just get like take a picture of that and put that in your art journal, and then you just write things like you take a note about the time when you got your yummy thing and how caramely it tastes and all that. Here we go. Slide into bed with your significant other with a can of whipped cream. So yeah, another self-care is spending time with loved ones. Whether that's doing something special with your partner, like Rich just said, which makes sense. Engage in some risky business. But, if you don't have a significant other, you could meet a friend for coffee. Or cigars or whatever you like, right? Be like, surprise your partner with something, or let them surprise you. I know, I love good coffee. Of course, right now I'm thinking I need need a protein drink because my coffee's sort of going a little bit to my stomach. But I got a nice coffee, and I've got some pretty coffee mugs. So here's like a thing that we used to do with our kids, like to get my kids to behave and be kind to each other. I used to give them a point system. So they'd get a plus point for any, like, if they volunteered to do chores, if they, like, helped their sister with something, if they anything that they do on their own accord, like practicing a musical instrument, constructing something, there's a lot of opportunities to get plus points. And negative and minus points were points that were against any. And you could do this for yourself as well, right? So the minus points were, for example, failing to do something that's easy to do nice. Like if your sister's on the other side of the door and you know she can't open it and you don't open it for her, then that's a minus point. Or if you do something mean to her, like you lock her outside in the first place, right? And then at the end of the week, whoever had the most plus points got a parent date. And it was really fun for the parent and the kid. And then if everybody was plus, we would all go, right? What is this? The People's Republic of China? I don't know. Yeah, no, it was the People's Republic of Leela. It was no choice. Port is a sweet wine that is fortified with spirits. Right. Anyway. So, let's see. Where was I going next? Damn it. All right. Music and art is a good way to do self-care. Remember to practice. Have playlists for activities. Use art and music to motivate or reward / reward. No trouble for you. Have I been a teacher? I was an art docent in my kids' school, so I technically taught art. And I used to give art workshops for adults and kids by myself and through Center for Spiritual Living in Seattle. Let's see. More self-care. Is it time? Nope. I say it's time to do my we can just continue to talk about the ways that you can take care of yourself whilst I show you my last creative thing. Let's see if I can find it. Zen drawing. There we go. So let's start a whole new thing here. Zen drawing is both meditative and a creative. It's both meditative and a creative, whatchamacallit. I'm going to do a screen size. I'm going to do a screen sized canvas because I think that's best. And there's these official people called, official kinds of classes and things called Zentangle. And they have classes, they have a philosophy that goes with it, and don't want to step on them, but there's all different kinds of Zen drawings, but it tends to be like you start making lines across the paper. Some people say that what you do is you should make one line that that connects, but the Zen drawing part of it comes when you. So now, because I don't have to, I'm not doing this all on a piece of paper, so I can actually just make a separate layer to make these. But so you use things, and I'm going to just show you something in my Kindle. Let's see. if it's a Kindle Unlimited book. Man, where even is it? Oh, here we go. This whole series, fast freehand fills. You can just look in here and whoops. Like just check. See, here's how you just fill in all these different ways to work. I'm just going to take one of these and use it in here. Let's come back. So imagine like I want to make this one with straight lines. I'm going to use easier ones. So what you're doing is you're filling each area. And when you're doing this, because it's so repetitive, you can totally, your mind just drifts. It's so amazing. So like I use ones that, sometimes I make ones that have little things like this. Put them in between the other ones. And fill them in. So when you do it this way, you can come back in and like erase any stuff and make it look better if you want, but you don't have to because these aren't meant to look the best. What they're meant to do is just be fun. So let's just relax and just vibe while we listen to the vibey music and just draw some little circles on my screen. Kind of like Bob Ross, only without the talent. Oops. Hiding. I'm hiding. Oh, wow. He made metal art. That is so freaking cool. Custom fabrications. Yeah, it isn't. It's very Miles Davis-y. But, and then the other ones, you know, you could just make a bunch of little pluses in there. But there's a lot of really complicated, cool patterns you can do too. But the thing is, you're just filling a whole space. So you're constrained by the space. You're constrained by the kind of pattern you're making. So you can just kind of relax and just let your pen flow. Plus, plus, plus. Plus, plus, plus. Plus, plus. I did one that was all like eyes. And then one of the ways you can do it is to just first you do the outline of the eye. So you can do it either way. You can just make it's a lot more fun and mindless when you just do the same scoop over and over again. And then there we go. Boop. 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 I think you guys are getting the picture. You can actually make ones that look really cool. I have some. You have a CNC water jet. Ugh. Made 7-inch butterfly for solar panels for college campuses. Yeah, so I've got handheld metal engravers, and I've engraved metal, and I've got the metal stamps before. We're getting really close to the end here. Let's see. Let's just pick something and fill these all in. Like I like ones that here's these. So I'm trying to make them go like this and sort of mirror each other. So you make one. Then you make one to kind of mirror it. And then, whoops, then you've got negative space in between. Doesn't matter how ugly it looks. You're just vibing. You're just trying to vibe. Why wouldn't we? Just letting the tension go. Making some squiggles on your iPad. Not even needing to do a darn thing. Just waiting for Jade to come on, teach you something useful. I love that trumpet. It is sweet. All right, that ends the music portion. Nice. Yeah, this doesn't, but see when you make it smaller, look, it actually looks kind of cute, right? It's just that it was so large. You can even make the same thing, like you could make kitty heads over and over again. You could come and see how these squiggles. Yeah, let's go back. Making some waves. Making waves. I think you guys get the picture, right? Think you guys are seeing what I'm talking about? You're picking up what I'm putting down? An online program, Convertio. It works well with drawing file conversions. Well, thank you, Jim. I'm going to come back and say goodbye to you with my face. And then I will meet you all over at Jade's. Do we have it's Walk With Me episode, pre-recorded premiere. Let me see if anyone will drop that link, or should I try to go back up and get it. By the way, you do not have to even go anywhere. If you just stay right here, you'll actually end up doing a dump right into Jade's house. Jade she's next with Walk With Me in Winter Legoland. Right, where's my face? Here it is, my nerd face, you guys. Stop. Don't move. Perfect. All right, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm back with originals and community covers and remixes of my own music and maybe random lyrics jams and other things. And we'll do those things together because why? I don't know. I really don't. But anyway, the biggest of big loves and all the peace you can carry. I'm just going to get out of here this time and let y'all get a coffee or something before I meet you at Jade's. Right here. Right here, right now. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share and do all the YouTube stuffings. Why? Because we can. Right. See ya.